Hi there. Happy Friday 13th. As it's Friday the 13th, I thought we'd do a very special closer look here on the channel. Yep, today we are looking at the Scream Factory box set of Friday the 13th. This contains all of the original Friday the 13th movies, including Freddy vs. Jason, and also the remake, plus a load of bonus features. So yeah, look at how packed this is with Blu-rays. I really love this set. Friday the 13th is one of my favourite horror franchises of all time. I actually think it might be my favourite of the big three. I know most people prefer Nightmare on Elm Street, and there's a few people who prefer Halloween, but I don't know, for me, I've just always had a real soft spot for Jason Voorhees and all his movies. So, yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's have a look at this beautiful box set. Okay, so here it is, the Friday the 13th Collection Deluxe Edition Blu-ray set from Scream Factory, and just look at this artwork. First of all, I'm going to try and get my hands all the way around it because the cases, I don't want the cases to fall out, but yeah, if I hold this up, you get a really nice look at that artwork there. You got the various different versions of Jason Voorhees from the various different movies, and it's a really cool piece of art. On the side here, it carries on, it's sort of a wraparound, so we've got a few more variants of Jason on this side, and the same thing on the other side as well. You got kind of some of the original films here, some of the first few movies. You got a bit from the first movie down here, and then you got Jason with the bag on his head. I think that's from the second film, isn't it? He gets the hockey mask in part 3. Speaking of the hockey mask, you get a nice shot of the hockey mask on the top of the set, which is lovely. Now this artwork from the set, if you pre-ordered this set from Scream Factory's website, you could have gotten, it came with a poster of this. So the big wraparound artwork, it came in a nice poster. I will try and find a picture of that online and put it up so you can just have a real good look at the artwork, sort of just as a full thing rather than as a wraparound with a weird light shining on it. Yeah, sorry about the lighting in here. But yeah, sadly I pre-ordered mine from Amazon, so I didn't get that poster. But never mind, I got the box set. And look at all this. Look at all these cases, look at all these movies that's in here. You got all of the original movies, all the way up to Freddy vs. Jason, and you get the remake, and you get 2 bonus discs, and you get a booklet. So, let's have a look. This, by the way, was originally on the back. You had this originally on the back, which just tells you some of the bonus features. We'll go through those in a moment. But first, let's get the discs out and have a look at the movies. So the first thing I want to point out as well is that the box is nice and sturdy. So that's good, nice sturdy box, just black inside obviously, but a good sturdy box, which is what you need. So first off we have the original Friday the 13th, which is really nice. On the back here. So the various bonus features you get on here, you get a new 4K scan of the original camera negative, both the uncut versions and the theatrical R-rated version. Audio commentary with director Sean S. Cunningham, screenwriter Victor Miller, author Peter Bracke, and more. That's on the uncut version only. Fresh cuts, new tales from Friday the 13th, the man behind the legend, Sean S. Cunningham, theatrical trailer, TV spot, radio spots, and stills gallery. Awesome. If we have a look inside, as you can see, we've got 2 discs. So you've got the uncut version, and you've also got the theatrical version, and underneath you've got a cool alternative, you got some alternative artwork on a reversible disc sleeve if you want to. So if you want this artwork, if you prefer this artwork to the original, you can swap it around. Not all of them have the reversible sleeves. They all have artwork inside the cases, but they don't all have reversible sleeves. So that's pretty awesome. Let's pop that in there. So next up we have Friday the 13th Part 2. Now this for me is the first really great one. I like the first one. The first one is alright. But I don't know, man. I like when Jason shows up. I think the films sort of slowly become more chaotic from this point onwards. First one works as a pretty fun little slasher movie, but this I think is the first really good one. I like the characters in this more than in the first one as well, which always helps for me, even though I'm going to watch all of them get killed horribly because it's a slasher film. I do think it having good characters makes it a better movie overall. So, on this one, special features, you get a new 4K scan from the original camera negative, Inside Crystal Lake Memories, the book, Friday's Legacy Horror Conventions, podcast interview with Amy Steele, theatrical trailer, TV spots, radio spots, and stills gallery. So if we have a look, this one's only got the one disc. Friday the 13th Part 2, there it is. But you do have the reversible sleeve again. Which actually, I like that it has a different picture on the back cover as well as the front. That's quite nice. It's a nice touch. But yeah, Friday the 13th Part 2. So yeah, first one I think is a pretty good a fun little slasher movie, but the second one I think is where these films really start to get great. So then we have Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D. Oh, okay, I'll admit this one's not quite as good as the as Part 2, but it's still pretty fun. This does have both the 3D version and the non-3D version, although originally the 3D disc was faulty on this. I should stress that this set, when it was first released, had a few discs that were faulty, but Scream Factory sent out replacement discs to everyone. I did get the replacement discs. Now, for the Friday the 13th Part 3 disc that needed replacing, some of the 3D in the opening titles on the 3D version wasn't synced up properly, or there was a problem with the 3D basically. But I don't have a 3D TV, so I was never going to watch it in that format anyway. But still, it's nice to get the replacement disc just in case I ever do get a 3D TV, which seems unlikely. So bonus features on this one: you've got a new 4K scan of the original film negative and a new 3D transfer, audio commentary with actors Larry Zerner, Paul Kraftka, Richard Brooker, and Dana Kimmel. You get fresh cuts, 3D terror, Legacy of the Mask, theatrical trailer, TV spot, and stills gallery. Cool. So is this one 2 discs? Nope, it's not. The Blu-ray has both the 3D and non-3D versions on it, which is cool. And once again, you get a reversible cover. Although I have to say, I think this is genuinely terrible artwork. Look at this. Look at the state of this artwork, for God's sake. Why would you have that be the alternative cover for this one? Terrible artwork. Whereas this, like, even though I don't like the 3D version, I've not really watched the 3D version, this is like a perfect image, a perfect cover, a perfect poster for a 3D Friday the 13th film with the knife coming out at you, the machete coming out at you. So yeah, I don't know why they gave us that other hideous alternative artwork, but never mind. Then we have what is my personal favourite Friday the 13th movie, Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. It, of course, was not the final chapter because we still have a bunch of movies to go, but never mind. So this one, bonus features, you get a 4K scan from the original camera negative, audio commentary by director Joseph Zito, screenwriter Barry Cohen, and editor Joel Goodman. Fan audio commentary by filmmakers Adam Green and Joe Lynch, slashed scenes with audio commentary by Joseph Zito, Jason's Unlucky Day, 25 years after Friday 13th, The Final Chapter, The Lost Ending, theatrical trailer, stills gallery, and more. Always love when they have an "and more" in there. So here's the disc here, if we have a look. That's the disc. And then we've got the alternative back and the alternative front. I kind of like how minimalist this is, this cover. It's quite nice. I like this one more, but that's not bad if you like your kind of minimalist film poster design. But yeah, like I say, this one is my absolute favourite of the Friday 13th movies. I think it is really, really good, really solid slasher movie. Some of the kills in that one are really good as well. And again, I think that one has the best character work, which it sounds so absurd talking about good character work in a slasher movie, but I do think it helps. Then we have Friday the 13th Part 5, which is probably one of my least favourite ones. Not quite my least favourite, but one of them certainly. I really don't like this one very much. But it's still nice to have it in the set. And this is a good kill here on the back here. This is a good death scene. So let's have a look at the audio commentaries. We've got a new audio commentary with actors Melanie Kinnaman, Deborah Voorhees, and Tiffany Helm. Audio commentary by director, co-screenwriter Danny Steinman and actors John Shepard and Shivar Ross. Fan audio commentary with filmmakers Adam Green and Joe Lynch. New Beginnings, The Making of Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. Lost Tales from Camp Blood Part 5. The Crystal Lake Massacre Revisited Part 2, theatrical trailer and stills gallery. So let's have a look at the disc. We've got this cover here, which is this disc here, which is nice. And then you've got the alternative back and the alternative front. Again, quite a minimalist design for this alternative artwork here, which is nice. Yeah, like I say, not the biggest fan of that one, but it's fine. This one, on the other hand, Jason Lives, this is where the movies start to go really, really insane, and I think that's a good move. I think it was a good thing that they kind of went a bit crazy, starting with this one. This one, I like this one a lot because this is the first one that has Zombie Jason in it. I love Zombie Jason. I think when they get to Zombie Jason, that's when the films really start to become wild and crazy. Well, even more wild and crazy. But I like that. I like that about this franchise. Anyway, here's the back. Let's see what bonus features we got on this one. Audio commentary with actors C.J. Graham, Tom Matthews, Vincent Gustafaro, Kerry Noonan and Cynthia Cania. Audio commentary by writer-director Tom McLaughlin. Audio commentary by Tom McLaughlin, Vincent Gustafaro and editor Bruce Green. Fan commentary with filmmakers Adam Green and Joe Lynch. They've done a few of these then. Jason Lives, the making of Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Lost Tales from Camp Blood, Part 6. The Crystal Lake Massacre Revisited, Part 3. Meeting Mr. Voorhees, slashed scenes, theatrical trailer, and stills gallery. Yeah, I really like this one. This one kind of goes a bit meta. This one doesn't have a reversible sleeve, but yeah, this one kind of goes a bit kind of tongue-in-cheek and a bit meta, like it knows how ridiculous it is. And I kind of like that. Kind of ahead of its time in that respect. It was kind of before Scream and stuff like that. And I think Scream did that whole meta kind of commentary on horror movies while being a horror movie better. But Jason Lives is pretty good. I like it. I like Tom McLaughlin's vision for Jason Voorhees. I think it's really, really fun. So next up we have Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. I love this one. This is probably, I think, the most underrated of the Friday the 13th movies. It's basically Jason versus Carrie. Like, to the point where I think they literally did want to get Carrie, the Stephen King character, but there was some kind of rights issue, so they couldn't do that, so they just invented their own version of Carrie. But yeah, this one's fun. This one kind of got edited down by the studio, so a lot of the gore was removed, which is a shame, because it's by Carl Beekler, who is a great kind of special effects, guy, so yeah, you know those kind of uncut kills would have been fantastic. But still, I don't think they detract from the movie that much. I still have a lot of fun with this one. I still really, really like this one. Yeah. Anyway, bonus features. You got audio commentary with director Carl Beekler and actor Kane Hodder. Yes, this is I think this is the. Is this the first one that Kane Hodder's in? I think it is. I think this is the first. Yeah, I think this is the first Kane Hodder one. So yeah, Kane Hodder's in this one, which is awesome. You get an audio commentary by Carl Beekler and actors La Park Lincoln and Kane Hodder. That's a different kind of alternative commentary then, I guess. Jason's Destroyer, the making of Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Slashed scenes. Those slashed scenes, they'll probably be the uncut gore scenes. I've not watched those yet, but I assume that's what they'll be. Mind Over Matter, A Truth About Telekinesis. Makeover by Maddie. Need a Little Touch-Up Work My Ass, which is a great name for a special feature. Theatrical trailer and stills gallery. So let's have a look inside. Again, there's no alternative cover on this one, but we get I love the poster for this one as well, man. It's so good. Like, just genuinely great artwork. You got the Jason Voorhees side and then the not Carrie side. I forgot the name of the character, the stand-in character for Carrie, but there's the artwork inside. Let's see if it says on here. Does it say? Tina, that's it, Tina, yeah. It's not Carrie, it's Tina, but yeah, again, really, really cool. I like this one a lot. I think this one's really, really quite fun. Most of these films, that's the thing with most of these films I think are quite fun. Like, I don't think any of them are like amazing films, but they're fun slasher movies. Then we've got Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Now, I love this artwork. I actually have this. I'm currently wearing a Jason Takes Manhattan t-shirt, so I love this artwork. I think it's one of the best posters from the film series. Unfortunately, the film itself is kind of dull. This one's not as good as Jason Lives or The New Blood. Unfortunately, a bit of a step down. But still has some really good scenes, some really good death scenes as well. Yeah, it's not terrible, but it's not really one of my favourites, this one. Anyway, you got an audio commentary with Rob Hedden, audio commentary with actors Scott Reeves, Jensen Daggett, and Kane Hodder. New York Has a Problem, the making of Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, slashed scenes, gag reel, theatrical trailer, and stills gallery. Yeah, again, any of the ones that have Jason Voorhees played by Kane Hodder, you know at least Jason's going to be cool in them because you got Kane Hodder in there. I do love this shot as well. This is quite cool. Yeah, the stuff where he actually gets to New York is pretty good, but most of it's like on a boat on the way to New York, so yeah. But I like some of the characters in this as well. This has got some of the goofier characters, and I kind of dig that. So yeah, not one of my favourites, but it's alright. So next up, we got Jason Goes to Hell. Now, this movie, I maintain, if this movie hadn't been a Jason Voorhees film, this would have been a pretty good movie. It's part possession film, it's part body horror film. There's some really gory, nasty body horror sequences in this. A lot of the supporting characters are really good and really fun. So yeah, overall, I actually do not mind this movie in theory. Like, the ideas behind it and, you know, the way that it's made is really, really fun. But it's a Jason Voorhees movie with hardly any Jason Voorhees in. So I can understand why people don't like this one, and yeah, while I think as a horror movie in its own right it's not bad, it's not great as a Jason Voorhees movie. Like, if you're going to see Jason Voorhees, you're going to be disappointed with this one. Bonus features on this one. You get both the unrated and theatrical versions, a new 2K scan of the interpositive, new audio commentary by director Adam Marcus and author Peter Brack, new interviews with Adam Marcus and actor Kane Hodder, additional TV footage with new optional audio commentary with Adam Marcus and Peter Brack, audio commentary with Adam Marcus and screenwriter Dean Laurie, and theatrical trailer. Yeah, again, I like seeing interviews with Adam Marcus. He clearly had a very clear vision for this movie, and I like that overall, but yeah, it is a bit of a shame that it's this could have been great if it wasn't a Jason Voorhees movie. If it was just like a straight sort of possession horror / body horror film, I think it would have been much more well received. But because you have to put because it's a Jason Voorhees movie that has hardly any Jason Voorhees in it, it kind of, yeah, a lot of people don't like it for that reason. Anyway, you've got the theatrical version here, and you've got the uncut version. Now, I believe this was one of the other discs that had a fault initially. One of the gory sequences in this, one of the scenes in this was censored, even though this is the uncut version. So they had to kind of go back and make sure you got the full gore for that scene on the corrected disc, because you need the full gore. It's a Friday the 13th movie. You need all the gore. Anyway, there's the alternative artwork. I think it's very slightly alternative. Oh, it's the spine. It's mostly the spine that's alternative, I think. Yeah, you got this that kind of goes with the pattern of the rest of them, and then the kind of original design on that side. Yeah, I get it. Also, some slight alterations on the actual cover as well, I think. But, yeah. So there we go. Very mixed feelings on that one. Next up, we have... this is one of my sort of ultimate guilty pleasure movies. It's Jason X. Like, it's Jason Voorhees in space. People moan that this one is a silly movie, but it's Jason Voorhees in space. You can't go into a movie with Jason Voorhees going to space and expect it not to be stupid. I'm sorry, but you can't. And I kind of love how silly this one is. It's basically, it feels like it's trying to be like a Joss Whedon, like, space TV show from, like, like that kind of era, like Firefly and stuff like that. Feels like it's trying to be that kind of show, but with Jason Voorhees inserted into it. This one also had a faulty disc. It had some missing sound effects originally, but again, I have the corrected discs. Let's have a look at what the bonus features are on this. New interview with producers Sean S. Cunningham and Noel Cunningham, and actors Kane Hodder and Christy Angus. Audio commentary with director Jim Isaacs, writer Todd Farmer, and Noel Cunningham. The Many Lives of Jason Voorhees, a documentary on the history of Jason. By Any Means Necessary, the making of Jason X, and theatrical trailer. Yeah, this one is a bit of fun, isn't it? Now, the reversible cover on this one It's a slightly different picture on the back here, and the again the logo here on the spine is different, but the front cover is basically the same. And there it sort of is again on the disc. Cool. So then we have Freddy vs. Jason. I'm not the biggest fan of this one, I'll be honest. I was really looking forward to watching it when I first saw it, and then it kind of just disappointed me a bit. Yeah, not one of my favourites, I have to say. But still, it was nice seeing Freddy and Jason in the same movie. I think when those two are on screen together, it's pretty good, but I hate every single one of the characters in this that aren't Freddy or Jason. So, yeah, it was kind of a slog to get through. It's really badly written as well. But anyway, special features on this one. You get commentary with director Ronnie Yu and actors Robert Englund and Ken Kersinger, who play Freddy and Jason respectively in this movie. Deleted and alternative scenes, including the original opening and ending. Yeah, so it had an alternate opening and ending originally, and they're back in here, which is cool. Featurette gallery covering the film's development, art direction, makeup effects, stunt work and more. Visual effects exploration with the creative team. Publicity and promotion vignettes. Il Nino, How Can I Live music video. Cool, it's got a music video on this one, that's cool. Theatrical trailer and TV spots. So yeah, if we look at the disc, we've got this here. And I will say, I really like the alternative artwork on this one. Look at that. That's a brilliant piece of art. That's really awesome. I love that artwork. I would change this one around, but I like all my spines to match. So, I don't know. Maybe I will change this one around. Who knows? But yeah, really nice artwork there. Like I say, not really one of my favourites. I had high hopes for it, and it kind of was... It wasn't great. But, you know, again, most of these, even the weaker ones, I can watch and have fun with. So, yeah. Then, finally, for the films, we have the remake. Actually, one of the better remakes, I think, this one. I really like what they did with Jason, how they made him kind of more of a survivalist, and they made him fast and, you know, brutal and stuff like that. He wasn't this big lumbering monster. He was, you know, just like a psychopath who would charge after you with his machete. I kind of liked that. That was quite fun. It was a fun take. The opening 20 minutes of this movie is genuinely brilliant. Like, I think the rest of the movie kind of lets it down. If this had been a 20-minute short film, it would have been astonishingly good. One of the best. But sadly, I do think the rest of the film is a bit, kind of goes downhill a bit. But it's still a lot of fun. Anyway, let's have a look. What bonus features do we have on this? We got both the original theatrical version and the extended unrated cut. Hacking back, slashing forward, terror trivia track with picture-in-picture, the 7 best kills, the rebirth of Jason Voorhees, and slashed scenes. Yeah, this one's directed by Marcus Nispel as well, who also did one of the various Texas Chainsaw Massacre remakes. I actually prefer this one over the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, personally. There's the other side there. Again, nice alternative artwork there. Really good. Yeah, like I say, even this one I kind of have a bit of fun with. It's one of the better horror film remakes to me. And then finally we have this. Friday the 13th collection bonus material. This has 2 whole discs of bonus features. So let's see what the bonus features are, shall we? We have a new interview with composer Harry Manfredini, new location featurette, Return to Crystal Lake, the making of Friday the 13th, the Friday the 13th Chronicles, Secrets Galore, Behind the Gore, documentary, Slice and Dice the Slasher Film Forever, documentary, Scream Queens, Horror Heroines Exposed. Both those documentaries are really good, by the way. Those are not necessarily Friday the 13th specific documentaries, they're more kind of general horror documentaries, but they're quite good. Crystal Lake Victims Tell All, Tales from the Cutting Room, Tales from the Cutting Room, Friday Artifacts and Collectibles, and Jason Forever. So yeah, a lot of stuff to pack on both of these discs. And if we have a look, I think we've got the same artwork on both these discs. It's just the hockey mask picture from the top of the set. It's really nice. And then we've got this iconic shot from the original movie as the background here. Like I say, the original movie isn't necessarily one of my favourites in this franchise, but I do love that ending. That ending is iconic and wonderful. So yeah, and then finally you get a booklet, which is really, really cool. Again, you've got the hockey mask picture on the back here, on the front here, sorry. The back is just plain, but if we go through, you've got a bunch of articles and some nice artwork. I like when you get these kind of big booklets with collector's editions, because I like to read up about films. You know, I like behind the scenes stuff. So whether that's in the form of, you know, documentaries on the discs or booklets with all this added information, I always like that. So yeah, it's really cool. I really hope all of these pictures are suitable to be shown on YouTube. I think they are. I've been through this book before, and I think that they are. I don't think there's anything with any boobs or anything. There are a lot of boobs in these movies, though. Yeah. So hopefully we won't see any of those in this. Otherwise, I'll have to censor them in the edit, because you know, YouTube. Oh, look at that shot. That's great. That's wonderful. Yeah, this kind of just goes through all the different Friday movies in order and kind of talks about sort of the legacy of them, which is awesome. This is a great shot here. Look at that. Wonderful shot. And then you got some Blu-ray credits there and another nice shot of Jason doing some killing. So yeah, there we have it. The Friday the 13th complete deluxe collection Blu-ray set from Scream Factory. It's awesome. And while we're here, I do have a couple of other Jason Voorhees related releases that I'm going to show you. So I have His Name Was Jason, 30 Years of Friday the 13th, the 2-disc splatter edition. Yeah, this is just a really nice documentary with a bunch of bonus features. So you got features, disc 1, feature presentation, and the Men Behind the Mask, extended interviews with all of the men who played Jason Voorhees. Cool. Disc 2, final cuts, extended interviews with the directors. Dragged from the Lake, more stories from Camp Blood. From Script to Screen, interviews with the screenwriters. The Camp Crystal Lake Survival Guide. Jason Takes Comic Con, fan films, Friday the 13th in 4 minutes, and much more. So yeah, really, really cool set. Happy to have that. You got disc 1 there and disc 2 there. And then I also have this Blu-ray, which is a double feature of Never Sleep Again, The Elm Street Legacy, and Crystal Lake Memories, The Complete History of Friday the 13th. These are both like really ridiculously long documentaries. I think they're both like 4 hours or something. Let's have a look. So yeah, the Nightmare on Elm Street one is 238 minutes, and the Friday the 13th one is 400 minutes apparently. Although that could be including the bonus features as well, because these sets have both the films and the bonus material. So yeah, you got a 4-disc set because each one has both the feature film, the documentary itself, and the bonus feature and some bonus features, which is cool. So if you're a fan of Freddy and Jason and you want some really, really ridiculously, impossibly in-depth documentaries about them, packed with even more in-depth bonus features, then yeah, Never Sleep Again, The Elm Street Legacy, and Crystal Lake Memories, A Complete History of Friday the 13th are for you. So yeah, awesome. And so, there we go, the Friday the 13th collection, deluxe edition, Scream Factory Blu-ray set thing. Yeah, this is awesome. I was really happy when I bought this because, you know, these are limited edition sets. They tend to go out of print very quickly and then fetch ridiculous collector's prices online. So, I was happy to pre-order this and get one of my favourite film franchises all in one place, all on one super deluxe collector's edition set. I love these movies. Even the bad ones in this franchise, I kind of have fun with. Like, I acknowledge some of these are terrible films, but even some of the worst ones, I, you know, can at least have fun with. But let me know what your thoughts are on the Friday the 13th movies. Is this a franchise you like? Do you not like this one as much as the Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween franchises? Do you just not like this one at all? You just think it's like trash movies? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you when I see you.